put on a helmet. The first topic is public policy, and somehow the FDA shows up.
Are there men that find hairy pussy attractive? I pride myself on having conversations others don't have.
That sounds noble until you realize the next sentence needs a hazmat suit.
But hey, there's some strong engagement with this post that we found on the internet.
The internet is a porta potty with passwords, and Keith brought a flashlight.
Which was the internet, yeah. We found this post strong engagement. A lot of strong opinions on whether it's shaved or not shaved. So there's a big question today, guys. Are there men that find pussy attractive that's still bushy?
Somewhere, 4 married guys just pretended they didn't hear the question.
I'm just gonna throw it out there. So, and I know part of this whole segment is about me offering my opinion to this thing. So Take a Stand is a brand new segment on the show.
Take a stand? Brother, this is take a shower and think about your choices.
That we are going to drop every day before Anderson throws here. And, you know, I'm gonna, so listen, myself, I'm not a Bush guy. No, I'm not a big fan of George Bush.
He made a Bush joke so hard, even history asked for a towel.
I'm sorry, I didn't mind George Bush's politics. I like George Bush Jr. for sure, but not a Bushy guy. No, so my hand goes up on the non-Bush side of things. This is a 70s Bush there, Charlie. That's exactly it. Yeah, so the reality is I'm on the no Bush side of the fence. Yeah, no Bush for me. So I like it smooth. I like it just nice and soft there. So no Bush for the handsome chief.
Keith just made a campaign promise nobody asked for and somehow kept eye contact.
I'm providing my experiences. John's providing his experiences while he's teaching me about his experience.
Not medical advice.
Not medical advice.
That phrase is the seatbelt for every sentence on this show.
But we're going to segue to, so we know that these
Actually, you know what, brother? I've got a perfect way for you to exercise your favorite word. Is this medical advice?
John saying medical advice is basically the studio's smoke alarm chirping.
No.
There we go.
Well, listen, guys, on June 30th, the FDA released some documents.
We went from personal grooming to federal documents. That is not a transition. That is a forklift accident.
Ahead of a 2023 Compounding Advisory Committee talking about these products. And there are so bottom line is there is still no human evidence that at least human scientific evidence, and Petro, I'm being very specific about this because I have a lot of respect for you and what you do for a living, Petro. So there's still no scientific human evidence that says that VP157, MOTS-C, or the other one, KPV, does anything.
Science said maybe not. Every 40-year-old knee said stop being negative.
So that's the drug industry saying it does nothing. But then you have users and people like John, who's been on these products for many years, who says it does things. So again, it's up to yourself to determine, you know, and I'm going to go through this experience myself. So Johnny, just comments on this?
Yeah, just for someone that doesn't understand.
Yeah.
A peptide is a messaging molecule.
So our cells have group texts, and mine keeps sending blurry memes at 2 a.m.
So basically what you're doing is these messages already exist.
Yes.
So you basically like the next one we're going to move for you is going to be the secretagogues, the tesamorelin,
okay.
CJ-stain, IPA. That's going to have you start off with Tessa and IPA side by side. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
So those two are going to the pituitary gland.
Okay.
They're saying, hey, you know, you've got this fucking signal or this message to release growth hormone. You're doing a piss poor job. Please step it up.
That gland just got managed like a junior employee who forgot the client deck.
Yeah.
So from that being said, it's almost like the body reprogramming back to the concept is you're getting your body back to its original state of programming. Now, does it go all the way back? That's a question. But does the body handle things better when it's programmed properly? Well, it's like saying, does your computer handle its tasks when it's programmed properly? Of course it does.
Yeah, absolutely. Well said. Well said. I'll tell you something else that I want to put on the table here too. That I want to work to add value around. So I sent you a text last night because I wanted to know if you're okay talking about this, and you said sure.
Well, I know. I actually rarely shown.
So when we see these mentor programs, these masterminds, they're actually not selling you anything special. They're just selling you what? Access.
That is a mastermind. You buy access, then clap when someone reads your diary in business font.
They're selling you a belief. Am I wrong, John? I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. So I got something I was hoping to read to you that comes from one of my favorite articles that hits right on the head on the belief. It's research done by David Lavari at Harvard Business School, and the paper was called "Tips from the Top."
Yeah.
Do the best performers, do they really give the best advice? Here's what they found. They said everyone knows that if you want to learn how to do something, you should get advice from people who do it well. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But is everyone right? And then they say in a series of...
And I'm proud with the perspective that I've gained over years, and I'm proud of all the wisdom that you can see in the gray on my face. But you know, I want to carry it in a body that I can keep up with. And that is the real conversation that I want to have with you guys today. And listen, I know this is controversial to many. It's new, it's uncertain, people don't know much about it. And to me, the conversation is not about anti-aging. No, it's about strong aging. And to me, there's a difference. Because anti-aging sounds like we're running out of time. As a matter of fact, I got a lot of time left. But strong aging means that we are respecting it. It means we're paying attention, guys. It means we're asking better questions. As Anderson would have teased me, I spend a lot of time doing my research, asking my own questions whether I wanted to step into the world of peptides. And yesterday, I did.
Watch the previous highlights if you like this kind of nonsense. Full show is up next. Hide the FDA.
There's a guy watching right now who did exactly what they told him to do.
He got disciplined, got fit, got focused.
Got the calendar, the routine, the standards.
The whole damn operating system.
And somehow,
The better he got at running his life.
the less it felt like his.
Today in the lab, we're asking why disciplined men quietly hate their lives.
And how to get the freedom back without burning everything down.
Good morning, nation. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and Friends. Your live morning show for real talk, motivating content, and big conversations. We got Jimmy on the buttons, we got Kai on the buttons, and of course we got our very own producer Neiman out there making sure the words sound as good as I look this morning. We got Dwayne and Rico doing the fucking arm wrestle for who's going to own the baby boomer token. He is toothless and proud. His name, Matt Roof. Dr. John's the bullshit professor. Kai's the shit professor. Brianna, you're always teaching me, man, every single Tuesday. Nation, you will not find this kind of knowledge anywhere on the planet to start your day other than Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Monday, July 6th, day 187 of the year, 187 days you have had to become someone. Who are you today? And if you've been hitting snooze, yeah, that's 28 hours and 3 minutes of your life. Boom, boom, gone. Good morning, Jess. Guess what, guys? You've handed your life to a piece of glass on your nightstand. Yeah, just by sliding that fingers. 28 hours, more than full day, gone. You didn't even have to lose it in one shot. You lost it 9 minutes at a time. And guess what? We're talking about it. Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends, your live morning show for real talk and motivating conversation and some entertaining craziness every single day right here on the big network we call the Mornings in the Lab Live Authority Network. We got Jess out there in the community. We got Holbert out there in the community. We got everybody out there in the community this morning. We got Sullivan out there as well. Good morning, everybody. We got Roofy dropping into the show here today at 8:30 Eastern time. I'm going to hang out with Keith and John. Going to check in with his first year. What did Maddie learn the first year? What did Roofy learn in the first year? Yeah, he has no idea that I'm interviewing him today. Yeah, hey, Roofy, you're being interviewed. What did you learn in the first year? The goods and the bads. Hey, Holright, I'm on my peptide journey. I'm excited to share it with you guys later today. We're going to have some conversation with Keith and Johnny. I don't know if we're going to get into the official peptide desk today. Maybe we will, but I'm certainly going to share my journey on Tessa, IPA, Glow, as well as Retta. 4 days in, having some good success so far, I think. All right, last week, guys, Monday, we got into what happens when a smart man talks himself out of the best decade. Tuesday, Brianna came in. We hang out with Brianna, and we hang out with her partner, Dom. Absolutely. Wednesday, we got into the career regret after 47. Thursday, we talked paycheck identity. And Friday, we hung out with our very own Dr. Petricelli. We talked about the $25,000 lie. Yes, we talked about why. Hey, good morning, everybody. Trickling into the lab this morning. I see you guys out there in the community. We had a big show last week. On the Friday episode with Petra, we talked about mentors selling permission and calling it wisdom. Yes, the scam that is the coaching industry. And we had that big conversation with myself, John, and John on Friday. Guys, coming up today, a bunch of fun stuff. We got trending topics. We got current events. We got Curiosity Cash. We got some words of wisdom and everything else. But hey, the Rico Minute is over. Jimmy, it's time to get the Morning Loop on the roll because guess what, nation? The Morning Loop, it starts. Whoop, whoop. Right, yeah. Right now.
Good morning, nation. Last weekend broke my brain. Sterling sang, and Preston turned Friday into a therapy coupon.
I laughed, then felt things. I hate when this show makes me emotionally responsible.
Hold up. Chief is mowing like he owes the lawn an apology.
That man predicts R2-D2 and social media futures. He misses that we're already in the future.
Yeah, robotic mowers already do this shit alone. Chief could be drinking coffee on the couch.
He'll warn America about AI. Then he personally races a lawnmower at 7 in the morning.
I bet John challenged him. Don't buy the robot mower. Move your ass. Now let's move before Chief hears us. Let's start the morning loop.
Yeah, so I cut the grass this weekend. It seems like that's what I do every weekend around here, cut the grass. And good to see Frankie and Tommy wandering around the yard. I did not see them there. What are you guys doing in my yard? Yeah, what are you guys doing in my yard questioning my abilities to cut the grass? What the is that? All right, good times with Jimmy. Jimmy on the buttons, making some creative fun here, guys. We're pushing the limits on Google Veo and all the tools available to us. I'll tell you guys, though, this morning, I know the team was quite frustrated because the tools weren't working. Yes. And no, I'm not talking about you, mister. You know who you are. And I know those who know me know who I'm talking about. Yes, we're not talking about you, Mr. Tool. No, not at all, actually. So to those of you that are working on Google Veo this morning, you might be frustrated. All right. Hey, so, man, I just got to put this one on the table first thing. What is up with the dude who runs the country, who's like saying, hey, I don't like that guy with the red card, yellow card, so we want to have him back into the sport. So I'm not going to pretend I'm talking like I'm an expert in World Cup soccer stuff, but I did hear that some guy got flagged with a red card, and the El Presidente made a phone call, and because of the phone call, the guy was reinstated. Dude, is that not power or what? Holy shit! Could you imagine just calling like I don't know, fuck the commissioner of the NFL or the commissioner of the MLB or NHL, say, hey, this guy, I don't like this guy's penalty. Yeah. And we think he should play. Yeah. So I think you should put him back in the lineup. Yeah. And just like that, the guy's back in the lineup just because the president calls. Talk about pushing buttons, crossing lines, ethics. What ethics? Who knows what ethics? Yeah, Sullivan, cut the grass old school. Another household labor increases testosterone like back in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. That's it, my brother. Yes, Orange Man does not have a fetish for gangster activity. It's funny, Sullivan. It's just funny, man. You know, can you just... hey, so why is that guy got a penalty? I don't know why. Let's make a phone call to reinstate him. Like, could you imagine the dude who runs World Cup who's like, okay, I guess we're gonna reinstate him. So sure enough, they just reinstate the guy. Yeah, just like that. Just it's like the penalty never ever happened. I don't know, man. I don't know. All right, so that's that's craziness. Okay, so listen, we got a trending topic this morning as well, but we don't have an opener. Let me tell you why we don't have an opener. Because the tools we use were being a tool this morning. And I got to the desk this morning with my coffee, and Jimmy was just miserable. He's like, dude, the tools we use, like Google Veil, aren't working. I'm like, all right, well, there you go. So we did have a trending topic today, and it's about Neymar. Yeah, the guy named Neymar. Neymar at 34, still a prince, never the king. The guy played 15 to 31 possible games this season. He left Saudi money to come home to Santos, and this is not a soccer breakdown, guys. This is a mere every man past 40 has a Neymar year coming. The year the store you were sold stops, matching the store you're living. And man, I relate to this as I was kind of going through my comeback journey, actually. You know, leaving ICUC, wandering back into the world, meeting Neiman, wondering who the hell I was, where I was. So when I saw this story, we were kind of setting up the show today. It seemed kind of, I don't know, reminiscent. Your aging ego exits, the quiet grace of a man who keeps showing up even when the crown he was promised isn't coming. Well, unless you're doing bad stuff and you want the president to help you get out of the stores. All right, Jimmy, did we? I don't remember if I set up a pick a side today. I'm going to check us out. Pick a side today. Yes, we do. I got to pick a side here today, guys. Last week on Friday, we had pick a side, shaved or not shaved. And I do not have a setup for this one today because we were too busy working on the big show this week. The tie-in with myself and John Kiesel. We're launching the Roofing Authority Network. Holroyd says, I have not been a fan of Gemini Veil and Flow lately. I'm thinking of switching to something else. Well, I got to tell you, Holroyd, I know that, so listen, it's a massive part of our tool set. I know there's been some frustration. I was reading some stuff with the Google gang, and they admit that there's some challenges happening behind the scenes they're working on fixing. I got to think the size of Google, that's only going to get better. I know that we spend a lot of time and money on Higgsfield as well. Holroyd, are you in Higgsfield? I know Higgsfield's a good tool for us. We try to use that as much as possible, but it has been nothing but a frustrating experience. I guarantee it. All right, I got to pick a side. Pick a side, pick a side, pick a side. All right, guys, here's the pick a side today. Who speaks for men? Should there be a government minister for men and boys, either in Canada, United States, just generally? Because listen, suicide, one of the leading killers of men under 50 in basically Western nations, Canada, UK, US, our broadcast audience. And some are asking that, should there be a minister, somebody a government, not somebody, but a department that really can spend time on research, on education, on conversations that help men kind of sort out, life, to maybe prevent suicides, to prevent some of these challenges that men are having. Because we don't talk, guys. And I would say to you that's it's been a big reason for this show. Hey, Holroyd, we'd love to have you check out Higgsfield. And if, hey, Neiman, do we have like, I'm wondering, I'm just thinking out loud here, guys. Do we have like a free or like a affiliate type link we can send to Holroyd? If we do, Jimmy, Neiman, make a note. If there's something we can do with Holroyd, let's get Holroyd into Higgsfield. I don't know if there is. I'm just thinking out loud here on the spot that if there's something we can give to Holroyd for being such a great supporter of the show here, if there's, I don't know if there's free usage or there's some kind of affiliate link or I don't know, Neiman, but if there is, let's make sure we get it to, let's wait. We got Neiman jumping in here saying, I'm so quick to changing, so close to changing allegiance to Higgsfield. Well, hey, if that's what we got to do, that's what we got to do because we got to produce it. We got to produce the content. Good morning, Roofy. Good morning, Roofy. I know you're joining us here in a few minutes. Hey, Roofy, the big question we're throwing at today was, what did you learn in the last year? Yeah, what were some of the big learnings you learned in the last year? But today, the question, the pick a side question this morning is this. Should there be a government minister for men and boys? All right, I'm going to go first. No. Like, what? Billis is like, no, there shouldn't be a no, because fuck, man, government has their nose everywhere. Like, I have to, listen, I don't mind government. I don't mind rules. I don't mind, I like, I do like having a somewhat of a normal society. But dude, do we got to have a fucking minister for everything? Gotta just let us private people start these conversations. Let private drive the conversations. I'm the fucking government minister for men's and boys. Yeah, myself, John Anderson, Mornings in the Lab is the minister for men and boys in North America. So, yeah, sure, strong case for dedicated leadership of men's and boys issues. But I'll tell you guys this right now. You tune into Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. You are going to get the kind of conversations, you're going to get the kind of information, the kind of topics that are going to help move you forward in life. So, no, I do not think there should be a government minister for men and boys. What do you guys think? Jess, Holroyd, Sullivan, Roofy, do we need another government official to tell us what to do or not to do? Like, fuck, man, do we always have the government tell us what to do? Like, always got to tell you what to do. It's like, listen, I'm going to drop that C word out there. The one that's been kind of, working its way through society here lately. I don't want governments telling me everything that I need to do or shouldn't do. And listen, we've been talking about the next 50 years. So what? We're going to have like a government minister for what men and boys can or cannot do. And listen, I know suicides are high. I know men struggle with conversations. I know all the challenges. I am a man. And I do this for a living with all of you. So I'm not a fan of having a government lead this. I wish that we'd have more private organizations do this. We got Jess jumping in saying, men so often don't disclose what's bothering them. I think some kind of anonymous hotline could help us learn what men are enduring. So Jess, I do not disagree with you there. I do not disagree with you at all. And I very much appreciate your input. Here's my challenge, Jess. And I think you can perhaps you concur. So I believe that works for the last 50 years when we are all using phone lines and, there was that societal acceptance that, okay, just call this 800 phone line. But now with AI and fake calls and robo-dialers and everything else like that, I wonder if that has as much value, like a hotline for some 52-year-old dude who's like, yeah, I got to call, talk my problems. I don't know. And then again, I just don't think it should be government. I'm tired of government sticking their nose in the fucking everything. Just government. Let us figure it out. So I don't know. Should the question today, pick a side. Should there be a government minister for men or boys? And then we got Jess jump back and saying no, but providing, say, the API, the anonymous reported info might help us with future. Listen, I do not disagree with you at all. 100%. Yeah, Jimmy, put it up there. You guys want to join it? 431-300-3005. You guys can actually join the conversation with me. Pick a side. 431-300-3005. We'll get you to join the conversation with me. Jimmy, I think we're learning something on the air here. We actually can make this part of it. Johnny's going to be a few minutes late. And this morning, we can make the pick a side. We will resume with our phone call-in segment there. So those of you, not today, because I'm not ready for it today. Well, I guess if it happened, it happened. But would love to hear your point of view. We're going to do this pick a side here try to get to it on a daily basis. And should there be a government minister for men or boys? 431-300-3005. Send me a text, leave me a voicemail, or give me a quick phone call. All right. Hey, good morning, everybody. My name is Keith Billis. I am the handsome chief. Yes, you get up and get up. We get up and get after it live, 8 o'clock Eastern time, right here on the Mornings in the Lab Network. Roofy opens it up. He starts the network. He launches the network. He gets on the rocket ship and goes boom, 7:30. He gets up with some kind conversation to help you guys get your day started. And then he flows right into us. He's going to be joining us here in about 15 minutes over on the big show we call Mornings in the Lab. Of course, coming up later this week, Thursday. Yes, Thursday, July 9th. We got a brand new show dropping on the network as part of the Roofing Authority Network. Yes, sirree, baby. We got a show called The Tie-In with John Kiesel and myself. That's going to drop this Thursday. I invite you guys to check it out. It is going to be a show. Hey, Holroyd, it's going to be a show the roofing industry has no idea that it is coming, because we are going to lead with entertaining, informing content that's going to blow everyone's mind away. All right, let's get into the conversation desk. Jimmy, woo, baby. All right, listen, I got something for you guys. AI, now, the number one reason American companies are cutting jobs. Yeah, cutting jobs. Before we get to that, though, Neiman comes back. Holroyd, ears up, brother. No affiliate program in the traditional sense for Higgsfield team. We don't have, there's no affiliate program there, but Holroyd, if you want to grab some time, listen, just bottom line, man, you've been such a great supporter of us. If there's anything I can do, Neiman can do, or Jimmy can do to teach you, to show you, to help you with your video, your creative journey, your creator journey, please don't be reluctant to ask, because we'd love to help you be successful. All right, so listen, guys, yeah, no opener for this one, but AI. Now, the number one reason American companies are cutting jobs, man, 102,000 jobs attributed to AI in 2026. So on average, it's about 28,000 jobs per month, with AI adoption rates in those industries running the fastest. JP Morgan, Citigroup, Goldman Sachs execs have all stated that AI is going to eliminate some roles. So since AI emerged as a layoff factor in 2023, it's been referenced at about 174,000 total job cut announcements, man. So it is not, it's not ending. Jimmy, that's not the right title there, Jimmy. It's the fact. Here's what I find fascinating about this, though, is that the pragmatist looks at this conversation that this is it's like a tool cycle, like every tool cycle. You know, we went from good morning, Rico. Good morning, Rico. Good morning. Hold on. Nation, I got to pause the show for a second. So Rico a couple weeks ago gives me hell for having too long of an opener. And I listened, because I'm a listener. I'm like, yeah, he's right. The opener's taking a little bit too long to get into it. So I make some modifications to the show for Rico. I call it now the Rico opener. It's like bang, bang, bang. And the guy shows up 18 minutes into the show. Rico, what are you doing, man? I changed my whole show for Rico, 402-17B, and the guy shows up 18. Jimmy, what's going on? I don't even know, man. Rico, welcome to the show. I'm glad to have you here this morning. You are a great participant, always on the show with us. We got Holroyd. Oh, Rico says I have to wait till my caretaker helps me get out of bed. That's fair. Maybe we can help you with getting you that something closer to your bed to help the show go on there for you. But Rico, always appreciate you hanging out with us. I appreciate the recommendation. Google has not been producing images and videos I've been happy with recently, so I'll give Higgsfield a look. Yeah, you know what the problem there, Holroyd, is, or I'm just thinking out loud here that it's the same API. So hopefully Higgsfield works better for you. Although I know there's a bunch of different API availabilities within the Higgsfield platform outside of Veil that you can use as well. So, all right, let's keep it going. Let's keep the show on the road. Hey guys, so just to kind of throwing the question back out there, is your job something AI competes with? Or is it something a human needs to? I'll tell you guys, as we've been building this business, and AI at the center of it. As much as we try to keep pushing AI first, it's clear to me that we continue to need the humans to harness all this energy, the harnessing of the tool, these powerful tools that we use every single day. Hey, speaking of tools, did you guys see Alex Karps from Palantir? He ranted against the big frontier providers last week. He raised some fascinating points. He sure did. And I think one of the companies we want to watch is Anthropic. Maybe not as kind as we think they are. Yes. All right. So like I said, guys, AI, 102,000 jobs, 2026, gone because of artificial intelligence. Hey, Jimmy, what do we got? Some words of wisdom this morning. We got some words of wisdom coming from what do we got there? No, not that one, Jimmy. That's not that one just yet here, pal. I'm not going to throw that up on screen just yet. Coming up, John Anderson will join me on the show, running a few minutes late. And then, of course, Roofy is going to join the show as well. Coming up in a number of minutes, we're going to talk about his first year getting up and getting after it on a daily basis, and what he learned about himself, what he learned about his own mirror, what he learned about those early morning alarm clocks, what he learned about snoozing, what he learned about the night before, what he learned about, self-sabotaging behavior the night before. Speaking of that, I'm going to have the conversation with Anderson around, the power of the 2-hour change. The swing 2 hours I'm kind of learning in my own brain. Those swing two, man. Those swing two, we'll check you out. All right, hey, man. You guys night owl? Night owls face harder attack and stroke risks higher than anybody. Jimmy, I think we got an opener for this one. Let's talk about it.
My doctor just told me being a night owl might cause heart attacks. So apparently my personality has cardiovascular side effects.
That's terrifying, because my sleep schedule is basically a raccoon with Wi-Fi and unresolved emotional damage.
Every night owl thinks they're mysterious, but your body's like, no, dumbass, you're just marinating your arteries at 2 a.m.
So tonight we ask, is staying up late a lifestyle? Or just your heart quietly filing a resignation letter?
Yes, Jimmy, I'm just typing you. So listen, I used to be somewhat of a night owl. A new study covered by the Associated Press found people who identify as night owls have poorer overall cardiovascular health than early risers, along with a modestly elevated risk of a first heart attack or stroke. Yeah. So the takeaway is this. I got you, Jimmy. I'm aligned with that. The takeaway is this. Your sleep chronotype isn't just a personality quirk, it's a cardiac risk factor you can actually work on. So I was thinking about this and having some conversations with my crew this weekend about this. And, it's very clear to me. Very clear to me. Neiman, ears up on this one, maybe? And I'm good time for Anderson to pop in here because we can have this conversation together. Hey, Johnny, ears up, man. We'll have this conversation when you come back here with me. A new study, people, night owls, have a higher heart attack and stroke risk. But Jimmy, let's keep that show on the road with the man himself, John Anderson, who's bringing himself into the lab right now.
Before the noise, before the scroll, before the world starts asking for everything you've got, some people are already at work. Not for attention, not for applause, for clarity, for strength, for focus, for the discipline to meet the day on purpose. Different lives, different routines, same standard. And when that kind of intention comes together, it becomes more than a morning. It becomes a signal. Mornings in the lab. Different mornings, one signal.
Brother.
How are you, brother?
Good, how are you?
I'm a little tired, but I'm hanging in there.
Yeah? Do talk to me.
Well, I was the same old story every 4th of July. I mean, shit, I have a couple of days of living the way I normally don't live.
You know what? It's funny, brother. I fucking knew it. I'm not saying that negatively. I'm just saying I figured today because I know you had an active weekend with family. I know how much you love the time with family, and I know how much you are very open to maneuvering your schedule for family and time with people you love. But I also knew that you were coming in today totally off your normal schedule. Yeah.
To say the least, yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks.
People are still here too, so we got one more day.
Yeah. Well,
that's why on Friday morning, people had just got here on Thursday, so the house was like today. Every fucking bathroom, every place is just completely fucking monopolized. So it was just like there was no schedule left. There's no way for me to pull a schedule together. I was like, okay, I guess we got one more day here. you know.
Well, let's agree to this on the show here. When you got to get out of here, pal, you get out of here. Okay, don't be stressing about you're here. You showed up like you always do. You're like fucking Roofy. You're like Lou Gehrig. When it's time for you to roll out of here, you roll out of here. But hey, you know what? We'll have some fun over our conversation last week. This is when you realize, brother, you look in the mirror and realize how unimportant you actually are, right? You're like, oh, I'm actually not important right now because everybody has taken on my entire life, so I'm just going to get through the moments, right?
Well, and you know, the thing is like, you know, that these are the weekends that everything else I do is for.
Yes, that's fair. That's fair.
It's like, if you can't fucking realize that, you know, making a goofy example because my brain is not as on point as normal. You know, it's like you win the Super Bowl, go to the Super Bowl party.
Yes.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, you earned it. That's a
yeah,
good
man, man. The whole fucking idea is to have this place fucking full of family, you know, having a good fucking time. So if I can't enjoy what I've been working for, what the fuck am I doing? What's the point?
Absolutely. Well, I got some relief pitcher for us, brother. I got Roofy joining us here in a few minutes. We're going to hang out with Roofy. We're going to ask him how his, you know, we were having some fun from Friday. I know he impacted you when you learned that he's fucking showed up for an entire year. So I figured, hey, let's bring the young man in. We'll have a chat with him and ask him what he learned. You know, what did he learn about himself? What did he learn about just the journey? Because I want to share some things with you, Anderson, that, you know, as we know, I embarked on my peptide journey last week, kind of lifestyle journey, and I've been kind of reflecting, and I had some reflections even yesterday that I wanted to bring on the table to talk to you about here this morning. Hey, Bears O'Mares, I called in the show like a year ago, never thought I'd see you again. Hey, Bears, I never thought I'd see you either, so welcome back to the big show we call Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. So, Johnny, before you're walking in here, you know, a new study covered by the Associated Press found people who identify as night owls have a poor overall cardiovascular health. And I think we've kind of been knowing that anecdotally, right? So we've kind of had the peptides got you feeling jacked. Fuck yeah, Bears on me. I started my journey last week, man, and I'd invite you. We've got a new segment, Bears, on the show called the Peptide Desk, because I got my teacher, the guy across the table from me, my brother from another mother, who I have so much love for. Johnny's teaching me. And I got fucking gazillions of questions. But Johnny, late night owls identifies having a higher cardiovascular health risk. And I guess there's probably some thoughts to that, right? Self-sabotaging behaviors, the things we do late at night. But you know, pal, I've been thinking about this, and I've been thinking about some things you've been saying, and we've been talking collectively. And I had a revelation. You know, between the hours of 8 p.m. and 10 p.m., Johnny, 2 hours of my day, I've been thinking about them. All they are is battling self-sabotaging decisions.
Hence me adapting a bedtime at 8 p.m.
Exactly. And I've been, because I realized between the hours of 4 a.m. and 6 a.m., okay, so you swap 2 for 2. Dude, 4 a.m. to 6 a.m., I'm fucking productive like a motherfucker. I'm sharp. I'm ready to go. There's no self-sabotaging walks into the kitchen for peanut butter or any of that stupid bullshit. So I remove 2, add on 2, and man, I not add, but just kind of reallocate those 2 hours. Yeah, shift them. Something as fucking simple as that. I know it's obvious. Game changer. Absolute game changer.
You know, it's. I mean, that's one of the first things that I preached when I came to this show.
Yeah, I know. Yes. Yeah.
So it's you know, one of those things that almost is so simple that people miss.
No, it is, Anderson. It absolutely is, 100%. And
I would venture to say, if we went to the night owls,
yes,
we have to understand, because these studies love to characterize the night owl, but they're really not characterizing I bet the majority of those night owls are not the night owls that they're a second type. There's probably a second type of night owls who do what we do, but they do it at night. And I bet you these are not the people we're talking about.
I would have, yes, because there are shift workers. My dad was one of them that had an altered circadian rhythm to this. Still got up and got after, but just on a different time frame. You know, or if you're in the nightclub business where you're right. There's some difference.
When I was wrestling, I was completely shifted.
I'm sure you were 100%. Yeah, I would.
But
absolutely,
the concept still existed.
Yeah, it's still taking those 24 hours and flipping them around. Because I think what this is probably referring to, and Anderson, I will admit, I was bad at this when I was growing ICUC. I think you've heard this analogy, burning the candle at both ends, right? And even just growing this business ourselves here, it's been, I was burning the candle at both ends for a while, which was really, I think, culmination of this June, which when I said to you a couple weeks ago, okay, it's fucking time to shape up or ship out, shit or get off the pod, and it's time to start my journey and kind of.
Well, I think that's another one of those. Burn the candle both ends, I think, is misunderstood, much like, fake it till you make it.
Okay.
Burn the candle at both ends means do your shit on both ends of the candle. It doesn't mean go fuck up at night and work hard in the morning.
Yes.
That's kind of like the fake it till you make it means buy a fucking Lamborghini when you live in an apartment. No, it means fucking adapt the habits that those people that have the Lamborghinis have when you're living in an apartment.
That's 100%. Keith and John, this morning we got Rufy joining us in a couple minutes, but before we do that, though, Jimmy, let's get some words of wisdom up here. One of our favorites. We always like to bring up this guy. What's Kobe got to say this morning, Jimmy?
You have to constantly move, constantly improve. I mean, that's the key. That's what makes life fun, I think. If you have the love to do it, you'll be able to handle whatever bumps come your way.
Yeah, that's it. To grow, you have to constantly learn, move, and improve. Some of these things are so obvious, but this show is all about creating awareness and intention. And sometimes you just got to have a good reminder for some of the greats out there. You got to get up and move. To grow, you have to constantly learn to move and improve, just like I have been with my journey starting last week, brother. 4 days into this thing now, man.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, in essence, you shouldn't, the way that I've got you set up, you shouldn't really be feeling anything. What you should be feeling is that there's no issues.
That's exactly it.
Yeah, that's exactly where we should be.
That's exactly it. Yeah. I would say to you that, so not feeling anything, but I'm starting to wonder in my mind if, the Retta is starting to have some impacts, whether that's placebo, whether it's real. I find myself
step 2 is where you'll probably start to feel it. I would say halfway to the end of step 2.
Okay. I also will admit to you, being a fucking tool, that I've been working harder at getting my little. So the units, the 10, like they're the 10 units. I recognize that sometimes my 5 might be a 7, or my 5 might be a 6, or like I think I sometimes am giving myself a little more than I'm probably, and
but keep in mind that's exactly why I give you the instructions that I've given you, because it's very easy to make a little mistake.
Oh,
a little mistake that's something powerful can make a big difference. But you want those mistakes to play into your favor, not against you.
I can see that 100%. Yeah.
But you probably this time next week, I would imagine you start to go, boy, my shoulders or my wrists or my knees or something doesn't feel like it used to. That's what you'll start to notice in terms of the glow. In terms of the Retta, you'll probably just go, well, that was weird. I really didn't think about having that cookie that was on the counter.
Well, I got to be honest, it's kind of started happening, and I don't know if that's real.
Okay. Well, there we go. It's very, very subtle, but also pretty soon it'll just be like, the fuck was I thinking before?
Well, so yesterday it was 3:00. My alarm went off to eat, and then I was in the middle of something, and I said, okay, I'll eat in a second, and I kept doing it, and then 3:28 happened. I was like, holy fuck, I forgot to eat. Walked into the kitchen and ate. So I can see how, because my body didn't tell me to eat. Like it actually didn't say, because I know Johnny 3-4 o'clock, because I'm up so early, my body's saying it's time to eat. Well, yesterday, because I've been so focused on getting good nutrition here, and yesterday my body was like, didn't tell me that. And I'm like, oh right, I got to go eat. So I've been.
Yeah, that's why on the bottom of that of the red instructions, I think the last thing I put there was, you must eat on the clock.
That's exactly what I've been doing every 3 hours, man.
I'm not saying you're doing something wrong. I'm just saying I put that as like the last thing that people remember.
I can see why.
If you don't eat on the clock, you'll just forget to eat. Now you become a calorie deficit guy, and now you're putting yourself in a corner. You're wrecking your metabolic rate.
I can see how easily that could happen. Good morning, Cheryl. Good. Thanks for hanging out with us. And Bears on me arms. Come keep hanging out with us. We're having this conversation nonstop. All right. He's been patiently waiting for us. Patiently waiting. Dun, 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 dun. Let's bring him in. Matt Roof. What's going on,
What's
Rufy?
up, fellas?
Oh, Jimmy didn't have a big opener for you this morning.
That's all right. I can open myself. Hey, everybody. What's up, Johnny? Hey,
How are you, bro?
Keith.
What's
I'm
going on, Rufy?
fantastic.
How are you today, pal?
I'm doing great, bro. Except my screen's all screwed up here. I feel great, man. I had an amazing weekend. Some new experience this weekend that I will tie to the work that I've been doing with you.
Yeah.
Which is my quick story. Amazing 4th of July, Independence Day, great family time, whatever. We talked about it. I've struggled with alcohol. I get going and I can't stop. I started. I had a couple of sangrias. My wife made a delicious pitcher of sangria, and I felt myself going more and more, and I interrupted. And I said, guess what, guys? I'm going for a walk. 2.5 miles around the lake. Came back, didn't drink again, and continued to have a great time.
Good for you.
I chalk that up to the work that we've been doing over the past year. We've been doing over the past year, changing habits on the daily, recognizing self-awareness.
Dude, so hold on a second. You had a couple of drinks, and then the brain went on going, okay, awareness. It's time to go for a walk and not have any more, because yesterday's Matt would have had more. Today's Matt,
I'd probably still be drinking. It's honest to God. I mean, I am a binge alcoholic is what I am technically, right?
Yeah.
Because I'll start, if I have one, I got to have two. I got to, if I never have any, I don't have to have it. It's not like I crave it, but once I start, cannot stop. And I stopped myself this weekend, and I'm proud of that.
Johnny, we can see now why the guy went for a whole year, because it's like you and I. He can't just have one. Like, you can't just have one cookie, because if you have one cookie, you're having the whole bag. So Matt's the same way. You're going, okay, if I'm starting the show, it's not one day, it's 365 or whatever, 261. That's exactly what. So Rufy, talk about 261 days of doing.
Yeah, I mean, so I appreciate that.
Where does 261 come from?
Because we don't do shows on the weekend. It's 261 weekdays in a year.
Yeah,
gotcha.
So talk to us.
Yeah. I mean, let's start with. It started with making better decisions for myself. How am I going to make better decisions for myself? Get into a routine, and it started with sleep. Okay, I historically have been a night owl, whatever time, whatever works, work through the night, party through the whatever, right? Any time. I'd say it didn't start day one, but probably for 9 or 10 months now, 10 p.m., 5:30 a.m. It just is Monday, Sunday, Saturday. That's what I do. And that has been the key for me, is starting that sleep. And then knowing when I wake up that I have something specific to do. That routine and building off of that has just
Can I
become.
jump in there real quick, Roofer? One of the things that kind of, when I was in kind of early developmental stages like you're talking about, one of the things that really helped me was to do the things that I did every day. Because when it was the separator, like Monday through Friday, like we don't do this, but I still get up and I still make content every single day. And so I'm not sure if you do that or not, but I know for me, that was a huge difference, knowing that every day is productive, not just Monday through Friday, because it still created for me that loop of, okay, well, these are 2 days where I'm used to fucking up and I'm not being productive, and not being productive was to me the basically the gate opening.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Absolutely. And I do 7 days a week. My sleep schedule is the same. 5:30 a.m. It's become routine, and that's the exciting, the excitement in the routine. Wake up 5:30, feed the cats, get my coffee, start looking at content, whatever I'm doing for the day, and it just gets my day started. And now I've leveraged that into the next level, which is after my show, except for today, because Keith invited me here, straight out. My sneakers are on, 2.5, 3 miles on the road, just walking, clearing my head. And that's the habit stack that I've built.
Yeah.
That's good, brother. You know, in the beginning, I was a huge walker in the morning too, because it was like that. Something about the fresh air and it was like my brain dropped into this highly productive mode. And it was at that point I was in. But without getting my brain in that productive mode, and the walk for me was, I did a lot of dreaming out there, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yes.
Absolutely. I mean, inside your head, I definitely find that to be a creative, or I have aha moments where I'm walking and not even actively thinking about something. I'm chugging up a hill, sucking wind, and I'm like, oh, something just releases in there. Right. So that's been a huge, huge change for me. And it all started with sleep and having something to do first thing in the morning, my show. Which started off as my show. Now I call it our show because I'm building an actual community of people.
Totally are.
Every day, Mike Sullivan and Jess and Cheryl and Keith. I mean, just people just show up. My mother has not missed a single episode, which is ridiculous, but it's the same. I'm now doing it for others as much as for myself, if not more.
Well, so
that's crazy, brother. Sorry, Keith.
Yeah, go ahead.
Awesome with everything, brother. We're celebrating year 1, correct?
Yeah.
Imagine just thinking in year 2, it will double.
I think it'll triple. I think there will be. I think I am reaching a point. It's taken me a year. I think I have reached a point where this momentum is going to lead.
Well, what I was getting at is if you do the doubling concept, it really turned out to be.
Yeah. Absolutely.
By the 3rd and the 4th and the 5th, it's like I don't even know if compounding does the word justice.
And what I'm loving about it too, and you know, Matt, receive this with love, please. Like I don't want to hear those like I knew this because that's going to come out that way, but I knew like I was so excited to get this year under your belt because I was watching you on your journey. You know some of the private conversations we have, and I was like, dude, and I was encouraging you, and I was like, you're the story for others, and I could sell some days that were harder than others, and then you look back now, and you're like, fuck yeah, because this was for me personally, Rufy. This was all about your personal journey because I could see I'll use the word the struggles, like just the struggles, right? The same ones that I had and the same ones that Anderson have had and the same ones that many fucking men that listen to our show have. And the fact that you went out there and like, okay, this is a struggle. Again, I'll never forget that one morning when you talked and I was like, okay, the guy fucking showed up. Holy shit.
Yeah, that was over a year ago. That was my last real binge.
I remember.
But I showed up and I cried my way through my episode and I felt terrible shame. But I haven't done it again. So maybe that was the learning. And then
I remember when I met with Anderson, after he was on that show with me and Marty, and we talked, Johnny, and I was talking to you, I was trying to understand where you were coming from. And I said, do you want to do a segment once a week? And you're like, I operate better when I do things regularly. I remember very clearly you said, I operate best when I do something in a very regular routine. And I was still getting to know you and learn what that meant. And you're like, yeah, like, I'm like, okay, does that mean I'll see you on Monday? Yeah, I'll be there on Monday. Well, 7,000 years later, the guy's still here with me. And I love that because I learned that. You're like, no, I operate better in a regular routine. You don't find a lot of people like that, Anderson, which is pretty cool. So,
and I also saw this from back in that moment.
Yeah.
I'm evaluating my options very selfishly.
Yeah, well, sure you are. Yeah.
Because I mean, what else would I be doing?
For sure.
I had known you for
8 seconds.
I mean, we did your regular podcast, we did a live show.
Yeah.
And then after being on there, I was like, okay, these motherfuckers need a little something here for sure. So I realized that a little something's going to be welcome.
Yeah.
Then I thought, well, okay, how does this serve me?
That's it.
I thought, well, I could see that there was some, something in that little creaky mind of yours had some weird shit going on. You came from a background that I definitely, as an entrepreneur did what you did. I like to be around that. And then I thought, well, and I get to practice my stick every day.
That's it.
That's literally where I came from. And
I remember. Yeah, I remember. I love it. Good morning, everybody. Hi, with Keith, John, and Maddie this morning. We're catching up with Rufy, his first year under his belt. So I've never been to the Las Vegas Sphere, but I've gone there through the eyes of my brother. And I know he laughs at me privately. Goes, this little freak is so enamored with the Sphere. I am, admittedly. Well, I found something because I haven't seen this so close. Jimmy, let's run this epic spot here. Johnny, this is what the Sphere looks like up close. So you have been here, but just so this is how unassuming it actually is. Okay, boring. It's just a bunch of lights that kind of construed together. And it's funny because Johnny, you've been able to see the whole thing come to life.
But yeah, that picture doesn't. When you're standing there,
yeah,
you're not going boring.
No, that's what I mean. Like, that's the humor of it, because all you see is that fucking light. And you're like, that's it. But you're right, Andrew. You have to pull back to see it all in like the grand scope. Like you think about it, like that light is what creates how awesome that is. That one fucking light, a gazillion times over.
And I was in there in the daylight. So if it was at nighttime, it would have been probably even more brilliant, because the lights really weren't doing much at the time. It was the daytime.
Oh yeah,
yeah. You're just looking up, going, "Fuck." You know, it's like if you ever been to, I don't know, like a concert or someplace, or even a wrestling match where it's set up at a huge venue, and you go to the stage or you go to the ring.
Yes.
You stand there and you look around and go, "Fuck, these places are so fucking big." That's what's so fucking nuts about it.
Oh yeah.
I don't understand it's like, and I mean, plenty of people have been to the situation, but to be in that little space in this fucking huge, building is fucking crazy.
Yeah. Keith and John and Matt Roof this morning on Mornings Live with Keith, John, and friends. Hey guys, I put something on the table this morning. Maddie, I don't know if you heard before Johnny got here. Pick a side. Should we have a ministry of men? So, we know that should the government, I'm just looking for my notes here. We know the government likes to put their fingers in everything. And there's some suggestion that we should have a minister of boys and men, so that men can get support for the tragedies that listen. Should there be a government minister for men and boys? There's a strong case for dedicated leadership of men's and boys issues. Suicide, one of the leading killers. Should we have a government office that gives a place for men to be educated on this? Rufy, starting with you.
I would offer that there already are enough departments of whatevers, and I would also say, from my own work, because what I do every day is highlight organizations that are out there doing stuff like this. There's places like Stay for Life. That's an organization that a mother started after her child commits suicide. Heads Up, guys, Man Up. These are private organizations that are doing this exact mission. And I think they're the ones to do it.
Well, there you go. There you go.
Support, but
what do you think, Anderson? Should is this a thing? Do you think?
So you broke up with your question. Sorry, brother.
Yeah, is this should there be a government minister for this kind of thing? So how RFK is like minister of the health. Should we have like a minister for men and boys, Anderson, to help men get their shit sorted out?
If you really want my fucking real answer, that's just fucking putting parents to shit on somebody else again.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's fair, 100%.
And it's like people that drop their fucking kids off at school, thinking the fucking school's gonna handle everything. No,
yeah,
school hands over the fucking curriculum. You have to fucking develop the daily habits of that child to be successful in the environment. That's not their job.
I'm of the same opinion both of you guys. We need to take that responsibility at home, and most importantly though, I strongly dislike, I did not use the H word, Anderson. I strongly dislike having government have their fingers in everything. I'm like, no, they just seem to have fingers. So I don't think there should be a government minister for this. Let us figure shit out. That's
I think if that effort put into the whatever this blah 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 was, could be put into, it's like, okay, at this point you're dealing with the fucking rancid fruit, right?
Oh yeah.
How about let's fucking deal with the seed back at home. Let's give the parents better tools to do their job. But I don't think that fits into the model.
No, not at all. Not at all.
I'd also offer that organizations, people who have had the experience, how do problems get solved? They get solved by the people who experience the problem, not by some bureaucratic government with a massive public administration. It's by the mother who lost her son. It's by the son who doesn't know whether he's going to be able to get up the next day. Those are the people that are going to solve the problems, not some bureaucrat, in my opinion.
Speaking about government putting their fingers into things, Anderson, I expect you not to have heard about this, and this has been kind of breaking in the last 24 hours. It's fucking ridiculous. So imagine this. A dude has I want to try to be clear on it. So the soccer guy in America got a red card, and Johnny, the president of the United States, calls the federation head, like the commissioner, and says, no, that guy, I'm paraphrasing, he shouldn't have a red card. He should play in the game tomorrow. So the commissioner says, "Oh, okay." He takes the penalty away and puts the guy in the game. So to Johnny, Trump call. It's like Trump calling Goodell and saying, "Hey, Goodell, yeah, why'd that guy get a penalty? Well, because he fouled. No, he should be in the fucking game. Okay, put him in the game."
Well, I think the difference is these calls happen often. There's just very few that have the balls to actually be public with their call.
Well, there's perhaps something to be said for that too, right?
Yeah. I mean, if we think that this is the first time, you're fucking smoking crack. You just got somebody ballsy enough to fucking say what they're doing.
It's fucking hilarious.
Well, I don't know if you guys watch the soccer or care about it. I would argue it was not a penalty and it was a bullshit call anyway. But the fact that one phone call to people, I guarantee if the president of Norway called about a thing, they probably wouldn't change.
No, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. Hey, Rufy, so I'm going to ask you to maybe reach into the deepness of yourself. Yeah. What was the biggest surprise that you learned in the last year? Like surprise that you're like, oh, I didn't expect that to happen. Was there anything maybe perhaps with family, your own self, your own mirror? I'm kind of putting you on the spot here, I know.
Well, first of all, it starts with, I didn't know that, John, you mentioned it the other day, didn't know whether I was going to be able to do it, right? So for me, the surprise was just doing it, right? There were days, Keith, you and I have had personal conversations. I've been through family sickness, stuff going on, jobs, all as life is unfolding, and I'm still showing up. So the surprise to me was being able to do that, to have that, self. I don't know what it is. I don't know, but I'd say that was a surprise. And then the other surprise to me is how connected I feel to the community that shows up every day.
Oh yeah,
I knew people would show up eventually. Like I started with zeros and ones and that kind of thing, and now I'm still working my ways up with my numbers. But the way that I feel about people I've never met, Mike Sullivan, Jess, Kathy Byram, people who show up to my show. And I just didn't know that I would connect with people that way and feel like, all right, we're doing this. So those are my two biggest surprises. Surprise about myself, a surprise about the community, probably.
And how about your family? Your family looks at you now, or was your family like, holy shit, Dad, you did this?
Well, I will tell you, there have been times where my family has said, what the fuck are you doing, dude? What's this time you're spending? I do 30 minutes a day, but it's not just 30 minutes a day. Right? No. And it's okay. My family had to delay opening presents on Christmas because I started a show, because I said I was going to do it. So there are definitely times. But I know that my kids are watching me and saying, holy shit, Dad did that. And they
when people say, what are you doing? You know what, Roof, you say, I'm improving.
Love that. I say learning. Learning is what this is all about for me every day, being curiosity and doing something new, learning something new about myself or about others, about the technology, all of it. So
very, very true. Learning. I bet you that the average man can resonate more with improving than learning, because most people don't recognize that like when you learn a little bit every day, you change the input into your brain, which means you change your trajectory some way, shape, or form. But most people don't connect this. Okay. Like I have some people that are pretty close to me, and I'm like, dude, okay, you say you do this every day, but because they're talking about they work on this, they work on that, not like what we're talking about every day. And they're not saying, when they say every day, it's not every day. But I would say the problem is you're repeating the same exact thing over and over because there's no new input. Without that new input, you are doing the exact same thing as the last time. And that is not the type of growth or the improvement we're looking for. We're looking for this thing to just continue to do this. It's hard for people to register that learning is so powerful.
Yeah, I absolutely appreciate what you're saying, because part of the struggles has been for me at times when I feel like I'm just repeating, right? That's why I always challenge myself, try something new, add a new segment, add a new idea, bring something. Because at the times, you can watch my shows over the year. There was a time in the center section where I'm questioning what the hell I'm doing, because it's just like, okay, saying the same thing. But when I started, I keep saying it, I realized when I started realizing and connecting with the people on the other side of the screen and realizing it might not feel new to me or whatever, maybe they need that today, maybe they need to hear it again. That's when things started to really start to feel like flow to me. And I kept saying, I can do this. I'm doing this. I am doing this.
Do you do something every morning to change your state mentally before you get on with blood flow?
Yeah, I do. I do neck. I just sit in this very chair. I'll show you. I just do kind of stuff like this, just flapping my arms, just getting things moving for about the last 5 minutes. I always try to have my show and just do 5 minutes of getting a little bit of heart rate up or something. Not anything crazy. Like I said, I do kind of in the morning. What?
So that's what Matt does before the show. That's
what I do every day.
What I would suggest, brother, you're on the right track there, but I would encourage just a little more blood flow, because what happens, it changes your chemistry.
Okay.
Yes.
Now you enter your show with a different state, which then will give you a different outcome.
I appreciate that. Absolutely.
And you know what you might do, Rufy? So Charlie, good time, one of our regulars here on the show here, he has wonderful advice. His advice is always just start the morning, just rub one out. just rub one out. So, but hey, guys, check this out.
All right, listen. LISNN. Floyd Mayweather, 30 watches, 30-day vacation.
One of them, $8 million on his wrist for a Tuesday. That is not a flex. That is a lifestyle.
So I got to ask, Puck, is that rich guy freedom? Or is that a man who cannot sit alone with himself for 30 days straight? Boss, take it.
So, guys, there's some rumblings out there that Floyd's chasing maybe money problems. Well, there's a video of him rolling ahead with Rogan here. Like, check this out, man. The guy actually goes on vacation with 30 watches, and one of them has it worth $18 million. And I know that's his brand, that's his shtick, and so forth. It's funny to me because he apparently now he's in some financial challenges, but this would perhaps show you why. Because look at this guy's cash, man.
I take 30.
Like, that's John Anderson balling, man. That's just fucking taking it out there and doing it.
The thing about it is from what I understand, I don't know. It's just what the lifestyle that he had was connected to fighting with regularity.
Yes,
so he was able to sustain that. This is the number one problem that people that earn high fucking have. When that income dip falls away, they can't stop the spending. They've created a habit they're having a very difficult time letting go of, and from what I understand, that's what's happening to him.
Yeah, well, and Johnny and Maddie, and I'll reveal. I had to go through that learning. I'm being serious. So I went through. I sold my company. Had a high paying career there for 10 years. I was collecting a wonderful paycheck. Had good savings in the account because I didn't touch the money I sold. And then I got that phone call. And they go, okay, you're not getting the check anymore. And then when the check ran out of the backyard, when the seed started running, I'm like, okay, I got to dip into savings. And then you're like, okay. Then Anderson, it becomes the reality check, which is okay. I guess it's you have to recognize that, because if you don't, Anderson, you're down to the fucking Floyd Mayweather thing. And I got nowhere near the Floyd Mayweather wealth, but it's just, Johnny, to your point, it's the perspective change, right? And if you don't recognize that, you're fucked, frankly.
Yeah, you got to get the generator turned back on, but you got to get the generator turned on with something that you're not going to want to stop.
That's right.
That's the only way to. I mean, realistically, if you got a high level of spending, you're making money with something that you do no matter what.
Yep.
And you can keep that income running. That's about the only way. I mean, Jesus Christ, is people that have when it drops off, they're in love with their lifestyle.
Yes.
Would they not be? Well, fuck, if the drain hole is bigger than the fucking spout hole, you're in big trouble.
Well, this is why, guys, this is why we can, I know, Maddie, you got a hard stop here, but this is why we can see young men or young women, athletes that are celebrities, make money quick young. And then, you wake up and you see them in the news 10 years later and they're broke or they're struggling. And because we're never taught. All of a sudden, here you go, Rufy, you're a multi-gazillionaire, go figure it out. You come from
money finds its way back to the same people every time.
Yes, yeah.
I'll give it a shot if you want to give me something to start with. That's fine. I'll see if I can handle it.
Good morning, everybody. Mornings Alive with Keith, John, and friends. We're hanging out with Rufy. He's going to head out of here. And Johnny, listen, brother. Why don't we do this if you want? I would love to grab a few minutes with you on the top of the second hour here. Let's put the lifestyle tip away. Let's do a reset, and then can we grab a few minutes on some peptide conversation? I got some questions for you, and then let's get you the hell out of here so you can get some rest and go and regroup for the day with the family. So can we do that, brother? Does it work for you?
Go.
Okay, cool. So Roofy, brother, we're gonna catch up after show. Are you going for a walk now, pal?
No, I actually have a call, but I'll probably go for my walk about 9:30. It's a little delayed today, but it still gets done. And before I go, I have to say this.
Yeah.
Looking you both in the eye and saying thank you. Thanks for the past year. You've been inspiring to me. It's been wonderful. I hope that someday I can achieve your greatness, but I am working on it and inspired and ready to go. So just thank you, and thank you to the entire crew behind Mornings in the Lab, because I know I do a lot of it myself, but I wouldn't be here without all of that.
Roof, you're awesome. You know what? I want to take a second to correct you though. You know this, but sometimes we hit ourselves with it. Don't say I hope to have the greatness of us, because you already have your own greatness, brother. You do. There's a lot of dudes that have not, gazillion dudes have not done what you did. Seriously, brother.
I
So
appreciate that.
you got your own greatness, pal. Lots of love, brother. Enjoy your day. We'll look forward to catching up with you later.
Year 2, day 1, we're keeping going. That's it, man.
Matt
All right.
Roof. Take care, brother.
See you guys.
He's out of here. Jimmy, let's go reset hour 2, a quick reset, and then we'll come back and we'll just have some peptide chat with Anderson so we can cut him loose this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back to the big show. This is hour 2 called Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. We just wrapped up a wonderful conversation from our brother from another mother, Matt Roof. He spent the last year getting up and he started a show called Kindness Rising, July 3rd last year. And it's right here on the network, 7:30. And he did it every single day, 261 consecutive mornings of running a live morning show. And to those of you who think, I can do it, I challenge you to do it. And hey, and here's the thing, and Roof, you would agree with me. We'd love to have you. If you think you can do your own morning show, I know you can. And listen, this is not about, and I think Roof, you would concur in this one. This is actually not about you guys when you start this thing. It's actually about yourself. So if you're hearing this message and maybe you're stuck in life, maybe you're looking for a nudge in life, maybe you're looking to get to the next level in life, maybe the best thing to do is start a morning conversation with your own community, your own mirror, and look what happens. All right, we're going to bring it back. Myself, John Anderson, we're going to get into the peptide conversation. Jimmy, let's run the peptide desk open when we bring Johnny back. We'll put deep dive on the side for a second, Jimmy, and we'll get into some peptide chat with Johnny. I know you're not ready, Jimmy. That's okay. I want to have some chats with Johnny about peptides. We're going to have that conversation next, right now, live on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends.
Today on the peptide desk, C-Max, a Russian-developed nasal peptide studied for cognition, stroke recovery, and brain protection.
So this is not some random focus spray from the internet. It actually has a medical history overseas. Exactly. The interesting part is the gap between Russian clinical use and American biohacker curiosity. Men hear focus and recall and immediately think performance. But the real conversation is brain health, aging, and caution.
Quick disclaimer, everything Chief and John discuss here is based on John's personal experience, not medical or clinical advice.
If C-Max interests you, talk with a qualified doctor first. Do not self-prescribe, especially from sketchy online sources.
All right, so first of all, I have a confession to make, and Anderson's going to fucking laugh. Because I think as Anderson's got to know me for the last couple of years, he's really going to laugh. So to anybody that knows me, when I get into something, I get into something. And I mean, I fucking get into something. Anderson, you bastard. I am right into this. Like I am fucking learning and peeling back, and I got questions, and I'm pitting myself, and I'm wondering, where can I go get more? How can I live more? How can I learn more? I want to live to 1,000. I'm fucking opening up encyclopedias going, okay, what about this? What about this? I just want to sit and talk to Anderson about all this. I want to tell the whole world about it. So fuck you. Dude,
well, on that level, that's part of the challenge, is that curiosity gets going so big. Now you're left with trying to find the proper information.
That's exactly it, which is why I think, if anything, I'm actually more passionate about this segment than ever, because I want to be an authority. I want to help find information that I want to learn and share it with others. And I'll say this, I was saying this to somebody on the weekend too. I know myself well enough that had I not known you, I'd be going, yeah, I want to learn about this peptide shit. I just got to find the guy. I got to find a guy. I got to find somebody who can be like my guy. Well, now I fucking got one. I'm like, this is fucking perfect. So thank you. Thanks for introducing me to it. Thanks for having the conversation with me. Let's talk a little bit about C-Max today, Johnny. So a synthetic heptapeptide derived from ACTH. It's a Russian-developed nootropic approved in Russia for stroke recovery, cognitive impairment, and optic nerve disorders. So that's a lot of big fucking words. Johnny, C-Max is not a stimulant. It's not Adderall. Why would we take C-Max, Johnny, and why have you taken C-Max?
I think that's a great question. First you have to understand is the reason for taking any peptide is going to be different for everybody. And yes. I think that's even if you're talking about Reddit, talking about losing weight.
Yes.
Let's just say that's your motivation.
Yes.
Well, there's other things in there. Like for me, it wasn't really the losing weight. It was the massaging the addictive center of the brain that made it so appealing to me.
Yes.
With C-Max, it's the idea that it's the fertilizer helping my brain grow new connections. So maybe for other people with C-Max, it's because they had a stroke, or there's so many different. So it's like you have to understand that everybody's reasoning is going to be a little different, and based on that reasoning, let's just say that you want to get strong, right? That's a real general reason. Well, do you want to get strong for football, or do you want to get strong for powerlifting?
Right. Okay.
Very different outcomes of getting strong. So you really have to understand. A person has to understand their why enough, and then they got to find the person that can help them achieve their why.
So I want to lean into C-Max is we've talked nicotine, a nootropic. Johnny, remind me again. A nootropic is what again?
Nootropic.
Yes. Sorry. Yes.
It's there's so many fucking different ways to pronunciate this shit. That's how I say it.
Yeah. Thank you.
C-Max is like it does help sharpen you up. It does help with recall. It's like think of it like a sharpener to the brain, kind of like nicotine is a stimulant of the brain, but two different variations of promoting the brain to heighten, if you will.
Okay. And it says the intranasal route matters. Is C-Max done intranasally or is it done sub-Q as well?
Both.
Okay. Oh, interesting. Oh,
yeah. The like I use both. The nasal spray is just much more user friendly.
I would imagine. So is that would be the reason why then, right? Basically, because it's just put it up your nose and not.
Yeah, I mean, it's for sure. I mean, it's like, for myself, I'll usually use the sub-Q during a time when I do my normal injections, but then any other time, bam, I can just grab that thing and get a couple of puffs on each side and I'm good to go.
Interesting.
A puff. I don't know, snort, I guess, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah. I get it. But allegedly, my word, it will help with a clarity lift, like clarity in the brain. Would that be the best way for you to describe?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's going to help. It's going to help with recall. It's going to help, but keep in mind, it's not like I take it and I'll go, oh my goodness, this is great. Sometimes you get a little bit of that.
Okay.
Again, like myself, my thing with is dihexa, which is another nootropic.
Okay.
Right? That one actually helps the brain lay down new neural pathways. It's got other benefits too, but that's what I focus on.
Okay.
And C-Max actually is what helps those new pathways grow, if you will, or take, right? And so those two for me made me, the outcome for me was walking in. I don't remember the last time I walked into a room, forgot why I was there. When months ago it was fucking happening too much. And then it happened where I would forget what I go into and forget, go back to the original room. Usually I would say, oh fuck, that's what it was. And I'd go back to do what I was supposed to do. And it went from other room, forget, back to the original room. Fuck, I still don't remember. Now I've just forgotten altogether. Period. End of story. Okay, this is not a good pattern.
No shit. Yeah.
So that's why I started this. And now I don't go to other rooms and forget.
Oh, interesting.
Sometimes I might have a brain fart on the way, but I can tell it's right there.
Yeah.
And I'll
Interesting.
pull it back up. But I don't remember the last time that I actually had to go back to the first room to trigger my brain or see something that reminded me.
Any type of side effects or adverse effects you have experienced on using C-Max?
No, but I guess I don't abuse.
Yes.
And I also understand that there are times and pairings that I should use it with.
Okay.
Like this is not something you want to do right before bed.
Oh, okay. Okay. Tell me why.
Well, so you could argue that C-Max putting your brain on more of the let's say it makes it more on the active side.
Oh,
right?
yeah. So why would you want to do it going to bed? Yes, of course.
And if you're one of those people, most people go to bed and they start thinking about all the shit that they have no possibility to control.
Yes.
It just makes that worse.
I get you.
But as the other side, Solanka is kind of its brother.
Yeah.
So that would be the one that I would use later in the day because that actually helps the brain. It helps the amygdala settle down, and the amygdala is the one that's creating all those worries or that anxiety over shit you can't control.
Gotcha. So I'm now on Tessa, IPA, BPC 157, the Glow Stack, of course, and
TB 500, GHKCU, which is the Glow.
Yeah, and and I've been tracking everything. I started a journal. I've been tracking everything, pictures, writing, like everything that's going on. I can say I've had no adverse effects.
So at this point, it sounds like you've noticed just a pinch with some of the little less interest in food, which is good.
Yes,
Remember your sweet spot. I want you to repeat this to me. Your sweet spot for what you're trying to do, same as mine.
Yes.
Don't care about food, but when it's time to eat, no problem. So
yes.
If ever you go, shit, I forgot to eat, maybe you're only 20 minutes late, you go to eat and you're like, oh, fuck, I'm having a hard time getting this down. We went too far.
Okay. Yeah.
But if it's time to eat and shit, I forgot, no problem getting it down, back to what I'm doing. That's right where we want to be.
So I want to lean into your words you said by having trouble getting it down. So I'm eating and my body's going, I don't really want to be eating this right now. That is when I'm saying to you that's my sweet spot. I just want to be clear on that. Is that correct?
Whatever it is that makes it, that could be one of the signals. How about any signal?
Yes.
That makes it hard for you to get that down, other than the fact you just don't care.
Okay. So
just a lot of times people have so much interest in food. Well, I really don't want to eat it. I didn't ask what you want. Right. I asked, can you get it down with no problem?
I see.
Because they connect with, oh, well, yeah, I don't want this. And they think, well, perfect. I shouldn't eat that. No.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
It does. Absolutely.
So it's like I don't have any interest in brushing my teeth.
Yeah.
No problem doing it.
No, yeah, exactly. Yes, 100%.
But let's just pretend that, I got fucking whacked in the face by a fucking baseball bat in the backswing when my grandson was fucking, we were playing and my fucking shit was all swollen. My gums were all fucked up, Yeah.
Okay.
I might not be able to brush my teeth.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Yes. So let's just taking the Retta trade. I mean, so, if one does too much Retta, what kind of side effect or adverse? Like I'm sure you have done it. What's happened to you? You felt shitty, like you felt really sick.
Well, I mean, what happens is if someone takes too much, it turns into a not eating mechanism.
I see.
So forget Retta. Anytime you find a mechanism that helps you not eat, you're gonna have the same problems.
Bingo. Yep. Bingo. I get you. Yeah, I get you. 100%.
And all the GLP family is really good at helping people not eat. And they think, oh my God, they see most people spend so much fucking time eating fucking bowls of lettuce and celery and drinking fucking water, trying to create the feeling of full.
Yes.
They think if they're not hungry, they're winning.
Yes.
No. That's not the way this game works.
I just have a fridge full of protein, dude. That's it. Open my fridge and I got either this family of protein, this family of protein, this family of protein. It's just like, okay, I'm just going to eat it. So here's my last goofy question before I'm going to get you out of here. So forgive me for being the goofy little guy. I got to think I'm not the only person with this challenge, but what do you do when the vial is almost, not that I've had it, but I was thinking about it yesterday. I'm thinking when it starts to get to the end, how do you get the last few drops out of the vial into the syringe? Because you're like, fuck, you're trying to maneuver it. Is there a trick? You know what I'm trying to say? Or I'm like, dude, you're just a fucking nutty little fucker.
It's really scientific. You ready?
Yes.
You take the needle.
Yeah.
Put it in that little rubber cork just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just estimate where the tip of the needle will be just past the cork.
Oh, and then
tip the whole thing upside down.
Yeah,
don't touch the bottle. Pull the rest into the fucking syringe. Problem solved.
There you go. Tricks and tips from my brother who's done it a few times.
Keep in mind, if you stick that needle all the way in there, now this is what you're looking at. The liquid might be here. The hole's up here.
I
got
know.
the hole under the liquid. So push it through just a little bit. Let go of the foot. So you're holding the vial down here, pin up here. Push it through just a little bit.
Yeah.
Let go down here. Tip this whole thing upside down. Don't touch the vial ever again. Pull everything off. Then you touch the vial for the last time. Throw it in the trash.
Oh yeah. Thank you. I was because yesterday so I tried something last night too, brother. I tried because I was asking, do I refer? You said to me, let me back it up. I said to you, do I fill my syringe and then load them in the fridge? Or you said whatever works best for your routine. So last night I did my evening routine and then I set my routine for this morning. I got all my syringes ready, and I don't know if it worked better for me, but that was just that's what I did. So. But I want to end it how I started it. I'm fucking, because I know how I am. When I get into something, I'm all in. And right now I'm just fucking, so now I'm like, okay, I think I should probably think of ordering more. And when am I going to get more? And, it's just, and then I'm like,
so right now is the time when you want to use all that analytics.
Yeah.
Use that analytics just basically kind of like you're doing to understand what's happening to your body as we move through these different protocols, because the place that helps people the most is to focus on what's happening versus what's supposed to happen next. Because if you're looking over there, you're not looking right here. Right here is our data.
I am very much
data for you.
Yeah, I'm very much in. Thank you for that, but I'm very much in the awareness of very much.
As long as your self-awareness is maxed out, then spread your learning. But the first and primary learning is write what's in front of you.
And then last thing from you too is you know what I'm purposely not doing, rightly or wrongly, but I'm purposely not doing. I'm actually not weighing myself. I'm just taking pictures because I don't want to teach others to get caught up in the fucking scale.
Well, and even the pictures can be a distraction. The true thing would be find a pair of pants that you have a hard time buttoning up, put them on, spend a few minutes making some mental notes or even take notes.
Yeah.
Take them back off.
Yeah.
Put them at the top of the closet.
Yeah.
Never wear them. Pull them out once a month.
Yes. That's fucking brilliant. I even hey young David, good to see you this morning. I put on a shirt this morning and I could just tell, like, just in some spots
something already changed. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. And what you're registering is a clothes, your shape is changing. And that's what we want to change. The shape.
That's it. That's exactly it. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I'm just taking the picture as much just to follow the journey. But I've been around long enough to not to toot my own horn. I don't want to get caught up in the noise, the weight scale. Like I want to be caught up in how I'm feeling and I want to feel strong.
Pictures is crazy. Pictures have to be done in the same spot,
exactly,
in clothes, same fucking camera hold, same lighting, same square on the ground. One of those variables is off. We already have variables like sleep well. If you didn't sleep, you're gonna be a little bloated. You know, you might be a whole little water. There's all sorts of things that can be off just by the things that we don't really control. So if we don't control or controllables, those pictures are a little confusing.
So true. So true. Brother, thank you. Thank you for being on my side with this, and thank you for teaching me. Thanks for helping me. Thanks for educating me. I mean that really sincerely from my heart. I really do. Of course, I know we have fun and we have a lot of bullshit on the show, but
is Carter fired up with the whole thing too?
Are you kidding me? You're fucking right. He is. Yeah. Because
dude, like the glow would be glow would be great for him.
Yeah. But one last thing, John. You know what it is? Because his dad is doing it. He thinks it's pretty cool. Right, I already know Carter thinks and I'm not saying Carter thinks his dad's cool already. So he's like his dad's doing this. I think it's cool that I can share it with him. I'm not hiding it from him. Like it's fucking all out, and it's like, here we go, brother. Let's talk about it. Right. So
he doesn't make R2D sounds, does he?
Get out of here! No, he doesn't.
Thank God, Carter, good boy.
Brother, I love you, man. You go spend some time with the family. I'm thank you for showing up today. I always know you show up. I had no doubt about that whatsoever. But like I said, really, I'm very much enjoying this journey, learning about peptides. And I got to be honest, man, I don't know why I would ever probably stop them now.
Well, I mean, when it comes right down to it, brother, peptides are like tools.
Right, 100%. Yep, I get it.
It's like you you live in the woods.
Yes.
You cut down a fucking tree.
Yes.
You cut the tree into these big fucking rounds. Then you get out the splitting maul and you fucking chop all the wood.
Yes.
When the wood is chopped, where does the splitting maul go? Back in the shed.
That's it.
So peptide is much like a tool.
Yep.
Now, sometimes a tool is needed to be used for maintenance.
Yep.
Maybe you got so much fucking wood, you never really can stop cutting wood. So the maul gets used a little bit every day.
Yes.
Other situations, the maul will get used a few times a year.
Yes. Yeah. It's so good. And granted, I said this yesterday because I was talking with some folks that I'm on my journey. I said, granted, listen, there's a few things going on. So I can't just attribute this all to my peptide journey. I'm making overall better choices. Right. So I'm picking the egg instead of the cookie. I'm getting to sleep earlier instead of later. So, I can't just wake up and tell all my peers like, oh yeah, I'm all of a sudden this because of this. No, there was a bunch of things that I had to recorrect. And the first thing was get my food back in check, get my sleep back in check. And like I said to my friends this weekend, this is just another tool in the tool shed that we can use.
Yeah.
So
100%. 100%.
Okay, you, thanks for hanging out with me. You go enjoy some time with the family, get some rest, and we'll regroup tomorrow. Okay, pal?
Tomorrow I should be rip roaring and ready to go.
Yes. Oh, hey, am I doing anything new here today, or we're going to start that conversation again tomorrow?
So because realistically, this is your first week.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah. You said
so we want to roll out. We want to kind of roll out this first week with where we have you are. The odds of something. The only thing that we're going to have to settle is going to be the red. We're going to have to figure where that settles. These other two are pretty straightforward. Three are pretty straightforward, but where we don't want to get you is into multiple. We'll probably go into the mitochondria next.
Yes.
But that also takes some level of negotiation. So we don't want to put you into a bunch of negotiations at once, because then you're trying to understand too many things.
It's funny because I was cutting the grass and I was thinking, I'm thinking to myself, I know Anderson's saying that to me because he's like, if I put a bunch of things on you and all of a sudden we start having some challenges, you got to remove things. So it's like, let's just.
Yeah.
We
should have Reddit dialed in probably the next 5 to 10 days.
I bet so. Yeah.
And then at that point, we're pretty free to move on to another one where you've got to really pay attention to the steps.
Awesome. Cool. All right, pal, get the hell out of here. I love you, man. Have a good one. Okay. John is out of here.
Have a good loop, my brother.
All right, John is out of here, nation. We're gonna redo a Jimmy. We'll redo a John before you go tomorrow. We'll have some fun with it tomorrow, Jimmy. I appreciate you, brother. I know you had my back on that one, as Jimmy always does. But we're just making some changes on the show here today. We got Ruffian celebrating a year. We got Anderson celebrating the July 4th weekend with a little bit of sleepiness today, which is all good. But hey, the guy showed up, which he always does. Never any doubt with that. And of course, what was I going to say? And of course, we completely forgot. I know what it was, Jimmy. We got some other big things happening this week over on the network that I think that I got to be honest, man. My attention is kind of focused on right now. I know that Jimmy's attention is focused on, and I know Neiman's attention is focused on that as well. And what is it? The tie-in, the Roofing Authority Network, dropping live later this week. With myself and John Kiesel. We're going to talk. We're going to disrupt the commercial roofing industry, and they have no idea what is coming. Nope, they certainly don't have any idea what is coming. All right. Well, listen, Jimmy, let's go through today's show and see what we might want to get back into that we missed. I think that there might be something fun on the Did You Know side of things, because did you guys know? Jimmy, did you know?
Did you know premature graying usually means before 30, while most people start going gray before 50? Genetics still drive the main timeline.
That means no food, pill, or serum can guarantee you stay pigment-rich forever. If someone promises that, they're selling, not science.
What can help is fixing real deficiencies and cutting accelerators like smoking, too much sun, and chronic stress.
Stress can speed graying, and healthy habits may help delay it, but they still will not prevent it completely.
Food matters because follicles need protein, vitamins, and minerals. Start with balanced meals before chasing miracle powders.
Supplements are not magic either. Fixing a documented deficiency can help. Random anti-gray stacks are still elite. The best move? Eat well, fix documented deficiencies, manage stress, protect your hair, and ignore miracle claims. That's our today's Did You Know? Back to Keith and John.
So Jimmy, I didn't tell you this, Jimmy, but I had this section specifically when John and Cheryl aren't here, or Dwayne, or any of my friends that we hang out with on the show, because they don't have hair. Yeah. So guys, to all my friends out there still with hair, you can stop your hair from going gray. Well, Jimmy, let's face it, man. If we do this segment with Cheryl or Anderson, they're looking at me like I'm some knob. They're like, dude, can you see that we have no hair? I'm like, I know. So then why are you talking about gray hair? Like, what? Listen, most people start to gray before 50, except for the handsome chief. Yeah, you guys see my locks? Jimmy, you see my locks? Like, dude, I got the fucking locks, man. I got the locks. But here's the thing. Genetics set the main timeline. There's no food, pill, or product that can guarantee you won't go gray. But what experts do support is correcting the nutrient gaps. You know, reducing the oxidative stress from inflammation, smoking, UV pollution, and managing stress, which can still accelerate the loss of the pigment. But here's the thing. Research links low levels of vitamin, B12, folate, all this stuff helps your hair go gray faster than ever. You might want to prioritize whole foods. So, okay, from the no shit Sherlock department again. So to all my friends out there listening to me right now, and you're looking in the mirrors, you're driving your car, you're in the kitchen, you're in your bathroom, you're looking in the mirror, thinking, holy fuck, man, I got a few extra gray hairs on my face or on my beard or on my lid. Well, listen, maybe today's the day you prioritize some healthy whole foods, or you can do what Neiman says and just accept the grayness, because it is what it is. Yeah, it is. It is what it is. Or you can go and get it dyed. Because experts note that the anti-gray supplements with ingredients like catalase and L-tyrosine are marketed to preserve pigment, but there's actually no strong clinical evidence that it does that. Or here's the other way to look at it, and completely you can look at it this way. You're going to get gray hair. It is what it is. It's called age. It happens. So there you go. So accept the grayness, because that's just what's going to happen. So that might be the trick here today, which is stop the hair from growing gray before it's time by eating some good healthy foods, or just accept that it's going gray and keep eating the shitty food, or as Jimmy would say, go bald. Yeah, that's the other option too, is you could go bald. That's the other way to look at it. Okay, hey, we did not get to our deep dive today, and I think that might be something we can throw onto the table here, Jim, before we get into some morning focus, because I put some deep dive and I got some WTF as well on this one. Oh yeah, Jimmy, what's up with NATO turning live cockroaches into AI spy drones? I got a WTF this morning, man. And again, you know, so I live in the world of mosquitoes, and doing a little bit of research. NATO is now testing live cockroaches as AI-powered spy drones. Think about this. These little bugs that, how many? I don't even know where to start this conversation, actually. If there's bugs flying around DC or bugs flying around these places, are they real bugs, or are they drones, right? What do you mean, Neiman, as if I have mosquitoes all the way up there? I got more mosquitoes in my backyard than fucking probably anybody has in their whole country. Dude, I got mosquitoes coming out of orifices. Orifices here. There's mosquitoes the size of fucking A380s up here in Manitoba. Like the size of our mosquitoes. And I know the South Africans, you guys got your mosquitoes too, but I'm telling you, man, we got mosquitoes like a son of a bitch up here. Woo, baby. I'm telling you, nastiness. But here's the thing. Are they real or are they AI? Ooh, that was a holy fucking snooze there. I'm almost a big sneeze there. Jimmy, I don't think I've sneezed on the show before. I don't know if I've ever. This is why people don't want to do. I don't want to do a live show when I have to sneeze. Well, then you just sneeze. You just sneeze and you just sneeze it out there. Yeah, it's called creating awareness. Anyways, guys, next time that big mosquito or that big cockroach or that big fly is flying through your house or lands on your wrist or wants to bite you, just check. It might not be real. It might actually be a cockroach or a mosquito or a fly powered by NATO. Yep, that could be it. That could be it. All right. Why disciplined men go quiet? Why do they? And why do disciplined men quietly hate their lives? All that and so much more. On the back 30 minutes with Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and the Morning Focus. But first of all, the deep dive. Why disciplined men go quiet and quietly hate their lives.
If this is hitting a little too close, good. That usually means we found the real conversation. Because discipline is easy to praise from the outside. It's harder to admit when it starts costing you peace. So let's stop worshiping the routine for a second and look at the man underneath it. What is he building? What is he avoiding? And who does he become when the checklist is gone?
That's where this conversation starts. Not with more habits, but with the truth behind them.
Chief and John will take this one into the room. A lot of men are going to recognize themselves here.
Here's something for you guys. Ears up, gentlemen. Ears up, gentlemen. Ears up, sisters. There's a man, there's a sister you know. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's you. Think about this for a second. You're up at 4:30, maybe 5:30, maybe 6. You jump into the cold plunge because you heard it was good. You journal because somebody told you should. You work out because your buddy said you should. You drink the green juice. You're in the inbox 0 by 7. You're the person that other people point to and you say, that person's full of discipline. But then quietly, that person goes to the next workout, goes home, sits in their desk and says, I fucking hate my life. Yeah, not a soft hate, but a loud one. The kind that shows up at red lights, the kind that hits when his wife laps at someone else's joke, the kind that makes him stare at his calendar and wonder when he last did something just because he wanted to, not because his wife or his kids or his family did. Guys, listen, discipline was supposed to set the guy free, set the girl free, but instead, that discipline, that very same discipline, built him a prison with very clean floors. And I know some people be like, Billis, you and Anderson, you guys are so rigid. The discipline is so rigid. Yeah, you know what? Success comes from rigidity. Today, we're going to talk about the men who did everything right and somehow ended up living a life they wouldn't choose again, why it happens and what it costs and what the way out actually looks like. And I'd say this, discipline without a why becomes a sentence. And I wonder, just wonder, to those of us that end up in the job, collecting the great paycheck, you get into the routine, I wonder if you're getting into the system that runs you or you're not running the system. And then you try to find yourself getting out of it because you're enjoying the lifestyle. We talked about Floyd earlier on in the show. You're enjoying the lifestyle. You're enjoying the pay, right? You're enjoying that paycheck every 2 weeks, right? You're like, okay, I got to get into some new habits so I can create some discipline so I can get out of this thing. And then you recognize that you're asking yourself whether this is actually performance discipline because you're part of a culture that defines it, or is it integrity discipline? Because performance discipline actually earns an applause. And let's just talk Roofy for a second, right? You know, we could argue that, you know, Roofy showing up for a full year, performative discipline. We congratulate him. He gets an applause for it. Awesome. Pat him on the back. But I would suggest what makes me proud as a friend of Roofy's is that it's all about integrity discipline for Matt. He's earned his own peace with that. He's earned his own peace in his own mirror that I can fucking do this. That's discipline. And then what I suspect happened for Roofy is that, yeah, his wife notices, holy shit, Roofy's doing this. And then his kids noticed it. And then what happened was that Roofy notices it last because that's what happens for him. And I would say that's probably the good side of positive discipline, right? Integrity discipline. But then I think there's those gentlemen out there, those sisters out there where they get into this trap of stacking habits, where every new habit is added without subtracting an old one, and they're wondering why they're failing. It's like, oh my goodness, I'm still failing. Yeah, because you haven't subtracted the old ones. Sure, you got to bed earlier, but you're still eating the shitty food. And hey, I'm the first person to say that I have been battling that my whole life. Talked about it with Lauren yesterday, the addiction to food, the addiction to self-sabotaging behaviors. Yeah, I'm with you, Neiman. I love that, right? Performative discipline versus integrity discipline. So here's the thing, there's actually probably, I think we just discovered it. There might be a brand new segment out of that because you can jump onto any social platform, especially LinkedIn. Hey, Neiman, especially LinkedIn. And I would say to you, there is a ton of performative discipline posts that actually are not wrapped in integrity discipline, right? Roofie successfully completed 261 shows. That's about integrity. That's not performance. Sure, he's entertaining and informing. And sure, maybe on the early days, it's like, oh, yeah, I'm going to do this. There's a certain sense of performativeness about it. But dude, you don't sacrifice the kind of stuff Roofie does without that integrity to deliver. And it's funny because there's a few people in our world right now, Neiman, ears up. There's a few people in our world right now that clearly have no integrity when it comes to discipline, right? Just react, and ask, and no respect for those people, other people, right? So I will say that, this idea, men that are confusing dopamine of completion with the dopamine of meaning, there's the other thing, right? Think about this. Let's go back to my buddy Roofie. I love him, man. Did Maddie confuse the dopamine of completion with the dopamine of meaning? No. I think Maddie knew that his journey was about meaning, right? And that he felt the same in the moment, but opposite the next morning, right? And I suggest that the man who hates discipline is usually the discipline that someone else gave him or her. Here's the question. Here's the rhetorical question for the community today. When did discipline stop being a tool and start being your identity? I don't know. Has that been a big challenge for you? If you took your morning routine away, would you still know who you are? Are you still the same person? Right? Or are you disciplined because you love what you're building? Or because you're afraid of what happens if you stop? That's scary. Maybe, so it's funny because when I see this question, it makes me pause. Right? Am I disciplined because I love what I'm building or because I'm afraid of what happens if I stop? Well, the crazy thing is if I stop this, I still get up the next morning. If I stop this, I still get up and do the same thing. So to me, this is what I do. Discipline is getting to bed, getting up, and getting after it. Whether I'm doing this show or something else, I'd like to say that my discipline is based on what I'm building, not because of what happens if I'm stopping. And then, the last rhetorical question I'll throw to you guys is this. What did you sacrifice to get this discipline? And would you trade it back? Interesting. Discipline, guys, let's face it, man, it creates freedom. The more disciplined you are, the better your life gets. You build the routine, you stack some habits, you win the morning, you win the day, you win the decade. It seems so simple. Or is it not? Is it not? Or is it more about the disciplined man is running from something? Maybe he's not running towards something. Maybe they've replaced therapy with kettlebell and they've called it growth. Maybe the growth is the addiction now. Is that the contrarian take to it? Is that the guy who's actually not disciplined about trying to get something done? He's actually trying to be disciplined running away from something? Is it a marriage? Is it a relationship? Is it work? Right? But then there's one last side of this whole thing with this conversation, which is discipline is a verb that's often confused with it being a personality. Think about that for a second. Right? Discipline's a verb, but yet we so confuse it with, it's Keith is disciplined. It must be his personality. Is it? Maybe you got to use discipline at a point in your life that you actually want and it works. Maybe you have to use it to outrun the life you actually have and maybe it eats you. The question isn't how disciplined are you? Maybe the question is, what is your discipline pointing at? And do you still believe in the target? So guys, girls, as you're starting your day today and you're getting up, you're getting after it, and you're achieving some big ass audacious goals, ask yourself that question. The question is this, is what's your discipline pointing at? And do you still believe in the target? All right, coming up, the morning focus. It seems like the last 50 years, is clearly coming to an end. And it's clear to me that the last 50 years are over. And it's clear to me now that the next 50 years are rapidly emerging in front of us today. That monologue.
We're not living through a minor cultural shift anymore. We're watching the old rules fail in work, leadership, health, and trust.
The last 50 years gave us structure, ambition, but structure becomes a trap when the world changes underneath it.
We were taught to collect credentials, titles, houses, and approval. That isn't the same as becoming useful, awake, or fully human.
The excuse is comfort. We call it tradition because that sounds noble, but sometimes it's just fear protecting familiar systems.
When we keep defending outdated answers, we lose time, trust, and self-respect. Then our kids inherit confusion with confidence.
The past still deserves respect, but respect doesn't mean obedience when the rules no longer match the life we're trying to build.
AI changed value. Longevity changed health. Creator media changed trust. We can't meet a new operating system with old instincts.
So we're starting with the question underneath everything. Keith's about to break down why the last 50 years are over.
I think we're living through the end of a 50-year operating system. Not the end of the world, no, the end of the assumptions. The end of the models, the end of the default settings we inherited and never questioned. I've been wrestling with this, and this I got to be honest. This came to me through my grass cutting escapades over the weekend, because for the last 50 years we were taught what success looked like. And as I have embarked on my renewed commitment to my lifestyle and to my health, started questioning like life. I started questioning the last 50 years. I started questioning everything I've learned. And I started putting this together, this monologue, because I want to reach out to my peers. And I want to reach my peers in the same way that I think my mirror is reaching into me, which is just, man, for the last 50 years, I've been taught a bunch of things that I don't necessarily know if it's true anymore. And for a man who's just getting started, I'm just getting started at 54 years old. My best 50 years are ahead of me. I'm asking myself, what the fuck, man? I've learned a bunch of stuff that I'm asking whether it's real. Go to school, get the credentials, go find the company, go climb the ladder, go buy the house, go build the resume, go protect the image, go stay in your lane, go follow the rules, go wait your turn. And for a while, yeah, it seemed like it worked. That's the world that I grew up in. Go fucking bust your ass and get after it. And maybe it's made sense in the world that it was built for. I don't know. Sullivan, I know you know what I'm talking about. But that world, man, that world's gone. And no, I'm not starting to sound here like the fucking old guy going, oh, they're just the old guy talking about the old days, and now here's the new days. No, I'm not really trying to say that at all. I really want to lean into the next 50 years, because the next 50 years will not be built by people who blindly worship the last 50. No, I'm believing this more than ever, especially our generation that we call X. The next 50 years is going to be built by the ones brave enough to question it with our own agency. Not fucking government agency, our own agency. Because almost everything we were taught, it seems like it needs to go back on the table. And I know this is fucking scary for so many of us, especially those that are navigating the next career change. Everything we learned has been tossed up in the air. So maybe it all needs to go back on the table. Work, leadership, education, media, health, money, parenting, masculinity, technology, trust. Fuck all of it. Because what does it mean to be valuable when machines can produce more than most humans ever could? Is that not the big question we got to ask ourselves today? What does it mean to be educated when information is free and intelligence is everywhere? Like, what do we tell our kids? Well, yeah. What does it mean to lead when people can smell fake from a mile away? Hell, what does it mean to be healthy when living longer means nothing if we're aging weaker, lonelier, more anxious, more disconnected? And shit, we talk about it all the time. All the folks that are weaker, all the folks that are lonelier, all the men that are anxious, all the men that are lonely. Like, what the fuck? But what does it mean to build a business when the old advantage was access and the new advantage is adaptability? And guys, these are not small questions. Who's leading them? These are civilization level questions. And most people, not all, not they, most people are still trying to answer them with last century's language. It's funny, I was having a conversation with a good friend I had on the weekend who I have so much love for. We were talking about the world, and I kept saying to him, but buddy, you're talking about the future as if the past matters. I think that's the problem. Most people are still trying to predict the future based on the last century's language. We keep acting like this is a software update. Oh, fuck, man. It's not. It's way beyond that. Today, the world we're living in, this is a brand new operating system. Institutions being questioned, experts being questioned, media being questioned, workplace being questioned, bodies, stories, everything being questioned. And honestly, good. Maybe it's about fucking time. Because a lot of what we called wisdom, well, maybe it was just repetition. And then you start asking the question, where's that repetition linked to? Where's the economics of it linked to? And it's like, oh, then maybe it's not real because it's actually just linked to some economic influence. A lot of what we were taught, or a lot of what was called professionalism, maybe was just emotional hiding. Maybe a lot of what we called leadership was just, control. Maybe a lot of what we called productivity was just exhaustion with better branding. And maybe a lot of what we called stability was people quietly dying inside while looking successful on paper. I do not think we are here to politely preserve the past. I think we're way beyond that. Actually, I think we're here to examine it, respect what worked, thank it, learn from it, and then have the courage. Well, or do we? Or do we as a society? Do we have the courage to leave behind what no longer serves the human being we are becoming? Do we? Because the next 50 years are going to be unlike the previous 50. The next 50 years will demand a different kind of person. Is it you? Is it you? Not just smarter, but more awake. Not just more productive, but more alive. Not just connected, but more human. And not just informed, more discerning. More integrated. The next era will not reward the people who memorized the old playbook or carried the checkbook around. No, it's going to reward the person who can ask better questions, who maybe, just maybe, can unlearn what they have been taught for the last 50 years. The person who can adapt, the person who can stay human in a world trying to automate absolutely everything. Or maybe it's the person who can build trust in a world drowning in content, trying to define the signal within all the noise. Or the person who can lead live, not manufactured. Or maybe the one who can stand in the room without the armor, or who can say, maybe everything I was taught got me here, but it may not get me there. And guys, that sentence matters. It does. Because the danger right now is not change. No, the danger is loyalty to a world that no longer exists. And hey, to those you caught up in it, wake up. It's not here anymore. The danger is pretending that the next 50 years will be a slightly faster version of the last 50. No, my thought is it's not. Guys, the ground's moved. The ground's changed. The ground is different. AI has moved it all. Longevity has moved it. Remote work moved it. Creator media moved it. Distrust moved it. Loneliness moved it. The collapse of, some would say, old authority moved it. Some might even say that old authority was wrapped up in media. So the question now for all of us is this: whether we are willing to change with all of the past. The question is whether we are willing to change with that. And that starts by questioning everything that we have learned. And man, it's tough. To all my friends in the generation that we call next, it's time to question everything, not cynically, not destructively, and not because the past was worthless. I'm not saying go throw the past with the baby water. No. But because the future deserves better than just recycled answers. Because the next 50 years are asking something from us. They're asking something from us to be builders again. Not consumers of old systems, but builders of new ones. New companies, communities, rituals, definitions of strength, models of leadership, ways to work, ways to age, ways to be seen, new ways to tell the truth. So maybe, yes, maybe the last 50 years are over. Maybe the deal's expired. And maybe the map that we look at no longer matches the terrain that we remember. But maybe that's something not to fear. Maybe guys, maybe that's just the invitation. The invitation to stop defending the old world, the last 50 years. You know what it is? It's time to fucking wake up. It's time to wake up and not hit the snooze button. It's time to wake up and start building the next one. Because someone, is it you? I'm putting my hand up. Roofy's putting his hand up. Anderson's putting his hand up. But are you putting your hand up? Are you someone who's going to set the tone for the next 50 years? Or are you someone who's going to sit back and bitch about the last 50 years? Because someone's going to write the new rules. Someone's going to define what leadership, work, health, media, trust, and community can become. So why not us? Why not you? Why not now? Why not live? Why not human? And hey, if you're struggling because you fucked up last night, or you fucked up last week, or you just been fucking up nonstop, why not begin again? Because maybe today... Oh man, I missed my button, Jimmy. There it is, right? Oh man, I missed my buttons, and there they go. Boom, there we go. All right. Hey guys, we're wrapping up. We are wrapping up the big show we call Mornings in the Lab. You know, I got a confession to you guys. I didn't know if the whole show was going to go today. I didn't tell Jimmy and Neiman this. Massive fucking storms outside right now. Like rain and wind, and I'm thinking to myself, I got nothing but lightning and shit before I got in the show. And I was saying to myself, okay, Roofy's here because I thought that I was going to lose the power. I thought something was going to happen. And sure enough, right now, what's going to happen? So I was thinking to myself that I didn't know if I was going to make it. So when Roofy was okay, if I can't be here, at least Roofy can Anderson. And then when I saw Anderson drag his ass in him, I'm like, okay, great. Maybe the show's only going for 8 minutes today. But sure enough, we made it through the 2 hours of Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends here today. A lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed the show as much as I had fun in delivering it. But we made it. The storm is here. The storm's outside, but we made it through it. And yes, we certainly did. Okay. So it's time to get out of here. My body is telling me it's time to get out of here. Yeah, it sure is. Because, Jimmy, I missed my window for the old bladder check for the focus. Because I didn't have to go, but I got to go now. So, guys, we're back at it tomorrow live, 8 o'clock Eastern time, 7:30. Roofy warms us up with Kindness Rising. And then myself and Anderson back live, 8 o'clock Eastern time on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends as part of the Mornings in the Lab Live Authority Network. My bladder said it's time to go. Good time. Good time. Good time. Good to see you out there, pal. Thanks for jumping in to say goodbye. Peace, brother. Sullivan, Jess, Cheryl, Young DC, Holroyd, the entire gang. Thank you for hanging out with me this morning. Hey, good time. I never heard from you from the weekend. How was your July 4th weekend? What did you guys do out there? Did you have some fireworks? Would love to know what was going on in your world. And if you got stuff you want to throw onto the show there, Charlie, keep sending me those texts, 431-300-3005, 431-300-3005 to get you into the show. Charlie, I appreciate you, man. Nation, I appreciate you guys. My bladder's calling. We'll see you guys in less than 24 hours. That we call Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. We'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm out of here.